Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in and you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money and chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, right? Everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, well over 60,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 70K. All right, even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. All right, now do me a favor, my G's. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. You understand me? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, listen, man, I got a lot of people in the DM right now. Yo, Big G and BTV, what's your perspective on the whole situation with Ashley Gonzalez out there in Houston, Texas? Yo, Big G and BTV, what's your thought process on everything that's going down with Ashley Gonzalez out there in Houston, Texas? And I got to say, man, absolutely nasty work. One thing for sure, two things for certain, there's all different types of strands of dog fur. Oh yeah. Listen to me. You got to understand something. The dog fur don't just come from the Caucasus of the mountains. All right? And Ashley Gonzalez was exposed for extreme racism that she, put on social media and let the world see. But it get deeper than that. It gets so much deeper than that. And we're gonna tap into it. We're gonna have a conversation. Because not only is she a racist, but she was a Houston police officer. All right. She was an active Houston police officer. And that's where we gonna tap in at. That's where we gonna scratch the surface at. But again, you gotta understand something. It's all different types of strands of dog fur. So to all my Caucasian counterparts, I don't want you to think that I'm just talking about you when we talk about the dog fur. Ashley Gonzalez, she got a head full of that dog fur as well. Yeah, it smelled like a chihuahua, I'm sure. I'm sure that car smelled like a pinchy chihuahua. Okay? All right? Now, we're gonna have this conversation because it is absolutely necessary. It is absolutely needed. All right. And see, back in the day, a lot of races, they like to hide behind a flag. They like to hide behind, a hood like the KKK. They like to hide behind the fact that they have black friends. And see, this is a perfect opportunity. This is a perfect opportunity to shine light on the racism in America. But see, when you say racism, you automatically apply that to the Caucasians. You automatically apply that to white people. And see, what I like to do is I like to spread the love. I've always told y'all, it's copper color indigenous Americans against everybody. It is copper colored indigenous Americans against everybody. And that's where we going deep. That's where we gonna get. Yeah, knowledge is infinite. You can learn something new every day. All right. So you in the right place if you're willing to close your mouth and open your ears and learn something new. Now listen, before we go any further into this, right? You already know, before I give you this pure dope straight off the brick directly into the bottles, I gotta do some I gotta customize the chat. I gotta do some customizations. All right. The higher ups and the elites are always playing chess at the highest level. The higher ups and the elites are always trying to muffle the message and shadow ban the channel. The higher ups and the elites understand that Grown Man Business TV is an absolute threat to the establishment. And not only am I a threat to the establishment, but the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You could like it or you could love it. All right? All right, big salute to the chat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ashley Gonzalez had some choice words for copper colored indigenous Americans. She had some choice words for me and my people. And see, a lot of people feel some type of way about it. I got a lot of people in the DM that's up in arms about this situation. But see, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I've been telling y'all, everybody has an underlying disdain. Every race, every nationality, whatever you want to call it, has an underlying disdain for the copper-colored indigenous Americans. Y'all know I don't really want to say FBA. I understand what that spell does, and I understand that that's spell casting. No matter how much I love that phrase, and I love how we get the, I love that. But I gotta be real, and I gotta make sure that we are identifying correctly. Everybody has an underlying disdain and an underlying hate for the copper-colored indigenous American. You looking right at him. Yeah, don't I look like copper? Don't this melanin look like it got copper in it? Yeah. So I didn't feel no way about what Shorty had to say. I didn't feel no way about it, but we not gonna act like it ain't what it ain't and it is what it is. We not gonna play victim, sweetheart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gonna talk about this, man. We gonna have this conversation. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button when y'all come in here. Midday conversation. We switching it up on them. All right. Now you see that right there at the bottom of the chat. You see that right there, right there, right there. Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, using your Twitter fingers all in the comment section, doing the Twittering with the Twitter fingers all in the comment section, using your Twitter fingers to do the Twittering, all the Twittering in the comment section with your Twitter fingers and all the Twittering in the comment section. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear. Every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is. And it'll be what it's gonna be. Yeah, you gotta subscribe to the channel if you want to talk to me. If you want to use your Twitter fingers, hit the subscribe button. OG Kicks, I see you in here. Breezy Santana, what it do, my G? Ashley Gonzalez. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, hasta cinco, hasta siete. Huh? Puto maricón, is you? Yeah, puto maricón, Ashley. Ashley Gonzalez. Let's have a conversation, sweetheart. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I'm want to do this live stream because for all the people in my DM, for all the people over social media that seem to be up in arms about this, I just wanted to give y'all a security blanket. I need y'all to understand that this is nothing new. This is nothing new. This is how it's always been. It's always been an underlying disdain, underlying racism, especially from the Mexicanos. Okay? Yeah, the Mexicanos. Now, before we go into the racist part, what I want to do is acknowledge the unity part. They always talk about black and brown unity, right? And nobody sees the black and brown unity because it doesn't exist anymore. But I want to acknowledge the time that it did exist. Before I get into this situation, before I give y'all this business, when slavery was rampant in the South, when slavery was rampant in America, you understand me? There were slaves that made their way to Mexico. And the Mexican people embraced those runaway slaves. They welcomed those runaway slaves with open arms. All right. And not only did they embrace these runaway slaves, but when that dog fur, when the higher ups and the elites reached out to Mexico to retrieve their runaway slaves, their so-called property, the Mexicanos said, no, no, my amigo, no, no, my friend, no, my friend. And they stood up for the runaway slaves that seeked refuge in Mexico. They was ready to go to war for those people, for my people. So one thing for sure, two things for certain is I don't cut no corners. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to make something up. I'm not going to act like it never was what it was. At one small time in American history, There was black and brown unity. And I want to give a big salute to all those Mexicanos, okay, the ancestors that understood that we are copper colored indigenous Americans. They understood that we are not Africans. And when we came down there as brothers, as black and brown unity, they accepted us with open arms. Okay. Now, with that being said, it's a long way from when your ancestors was out here. Oh, it's a long way. The old Mexicanos and the new Mexicanos are not the same, my friend. Okay? The old Mexicanos, they like being Mexican. You guys, you guys want to be whitewashed. These new Mexicanos want to be white, and they do everything in their power to get closer and closer to whiteness, not understanding that you will never be white. You will never be accepted by the Caucasian counterpart. They will always look at you as a wetback. They will always look at you as a border jumper, as an immigrant. Okay? Yeah. One thing for sure, two things for certain. You know, if you look at the state of Mexicans in America, they are as close as white as you can get. Not just Mexicans, Latinos, everybody. Look at Fat Joe. Go Google a picture of Fat Joe and look out how white he is to be a Latino. That motherfucker, I mean, he whiter than some white people. It's some white people that ain't as white as Fat Joe. And it's the same thing with Mexicans. We're going to get deep. I'm going to give y'all some game on this. Ashley Gonzalez, we're going to get to you. But I want to give the people some context. Whitewashed. There was a time in American history where the American government was willing to give Mexicans a citizenship of America as Mexican. They were literally in position in the government, in Congress, to have a bill passed that would acknowledge them for who they are on American soil. And they refused it. You could do your research on this. The Mexican government, the higher ups in the Mexicans, didn't want to be acknowledged as Mexican. They wanted to be acknowledged as Caucasian. That's why, right? Listen to me. That's why over 85 to 90% of Mexican working Mexicans in American, when they apply for a job, they apply under Caucasian. They don't apply under their who they are. Over 90% of Mexican workers in America, when they fill out an application, they apply under Caucasian. Okay? I'm putting this game out here just so for when my Mexican subscribers come to this live stream and they see me doing what I do best, exposing that different strand of dog fur, they understand that I know what I'm talking about. They understand that I ain't up here just rapping and tapping, spitting and skitting. I know what I'm talking about, and I know the history. I know your history. Over 90% of Americans, Mexican Americans, fill out applications under Caucasian. All right? You want to be a white. Yeah, you want. Ashley Gonzalez thought she was in Clueless. She grew up watching Clueless, and she wanted to be a white girl. All right, now that we got that out the way, y'all already know I don't go nowhere without the receipts, right? I don't step out the house without the receipts. I don't make a move without the receipts. We not staying long. I want to get directly into this receipt so y'all can know and understand exactly what I'm talking about. I want to give y'all some context about Ashley Gonzalez because it's deeper than Mexican history. It's deeper than Mexicans want to be white. It's deeper than Mexican racism. It's deeper than that. This was a Houston police officer. This was a Houston police officer who was making arrests in black neighborhoods, who was displaying racism behind the badge. And that's where we go. That's where it's, yeah, we got to talk about this. Let's get into this first receipt. Big salute to the chat. I don't want to waste no more time on you. Yeah, Ashley Gonzalez. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, siete. Puto maricón. Huh? Yeah, where's your Wella? Where's your Wella? I want to talk to your Wella. Yeah. Yeah. Where's your mother? Where's your Wella? We're gonna talk. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna get into this. Yeah, let's have a conversation. You know what? How about this? Ashley Gonzalez, talk to the people. Look, the amount of times that I will always and forever say that I hate. Oh my god, I hate. Like I hate y'all. Like you. Like I don't. Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a. Like for a reason, you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than a deal. Like oh my fucking god. Like I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his. Oh my god. Like I don't know. Por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those like that little small ass decided not to steal my wallet. Oh my god! I would have grabbed my heel and like whoop the out of that ass. But like whatever, right? Some other but no homo or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say like out loud. Like goddamn. Like oh my god, I feel like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like I kid you not. I don't know what the came over me. I grabbed that by the neck and I was like, "Come here, you!" And oh my god, like I felt like the world just stopped. Like it was just peace. Like I don't know. And then he was just like even I in my head, I was like, "Damn, pasaste," because I called him a dog. Like imagine enough times that I will always and forever say that I hate. Oh my god, I hate. Like I hate y'all. Like you. Like I don't. Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a. Like for a reason, you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than a deal. Like oh my fucking god. Like I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his. Oh my god. Like I don't know. Por Dios, por gracias de Dios. I want to stop her right there, right? And salute to the chat. You know, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Her rant was so egregious, I really can't even get around it. I have to only play this one where it's bleeped out. That's how foul her mouth is. But she said the N word with the hard ER over 20 times, right? And she said a whole bunch of degrading stuff. And you know, that's what everybody's focusing on is her saying the N word and her calling black people this and that and X, Y, and Z. But see, I like to go deeper. Okay, so let's just start right here. She is a police officer, right? She was inducted into the police Houston PD. She went through the academy. She was given a badge and a gun and an authority and a duty over the American citizen, right? And you know, just imagine how many, just imagine how many copper-colored indigenous Americans she disrespected, racially profiled, handled aggressively due to her racism. Just imagine how many people she probably, put drugs on, gave them false charges. You know what I mean? Put them in prison. How many people might be behind bars due to her being able to police our neighborhoods? Right? Now, she's a woman. She's a woman. And this is Grown Man Business TV. So let's get deeper into just the police aspect of it because a lot of people in my DMs, racism doesn't exist. Racism is doesn't don't talk about the past when it's right here in our face. Obviously, right? She's a woman in the PD, the police department. Women are going to follow the lead of men. It's just a natural order of things. No matter how independent a woman is, she is mimicking something a man did. Women want to be successful. They want to be business women. They want to be independent. These are all things they watch men do first, and then they mimicked. I say all that to say this. If she's that racist, if this is who she really is, imagine the level of racism from the men in that same department, that same police department, Houston PD. Because you got to know something. For her to be this egregious, for her to be this out there with it, you got to know that the men in that police department, the majority of them, oh, they're 20 times worse. They're 20 times worse. You understand what I'm saying? Like you got to know something. If all the men in that department were, you know, legitimate. All of them were honorable men. She wouldn't dare display this type of racism out in the open, on social media, on record. She would never do that because nobody in her environment, nobody at her work, nobody that she is under displays that. The women and the children are only the women and the children are reflections of the men. So the whole Houston PD needs to be investigated due to this video. Due to one bad apple displaying this type of racism, right? This type of hate. The whole department needs to be under investigation. The whole department needs to be flushed out. The whole department. And it's not just Houston. This is nationwide. But right now, we're going to direct this attention on Houston due to Ashley Gonzalez. The whole department needs to be flushed out. Nasty work. Nasty work. And I wanted to just go ahead and get the department out the way because you got to understand something, man. You got to understand something. We are being policed by these type of people. We are being policed. Our environments are being policed and governed by this type of hate and racism. And you wonder why I say it's time to buck the system. I'm going to do a whole video tonight on that. I got a whole situation where I'm going to display. Yo, we got these young wild boys out here in this. That's your opposition. Somebody that look like you is not your op. That's your op. A motherfucker running down on you with that type of racism, that type of hate with a badge and a gun. That's who you need to be aiming that Draco at. That's who you need to be. Yeah, that ARP and that AR pistol and all of that. That's who you supposed to be. Yeah, Call of Duty. I'm gonna do a whole live stream on that tonight. Okay? But let's focus back on Ashley Gonzalez. Let's go deeper. I'm gonna go into detail about that tonight. Okay? With a message to young black men out there. A message. When it come to the police department, when it come to who the real opposition is. Prime example. But Ashley Gonzalez, let's stay with you. This is a learned behavior. This is a behavior that you carried into the police department. You didn't learn this from your fellow officers. They just enabled it. They allowed it to grow. They allowed you to flourish in your racism, in your bigotry. But you learned this a long time ago. You was raised this way. Oh, here we go. This is where it's going to get deep at. The majority of the Mexican households, the majority of Latino households, the majority of African and Haitian, all households outside of our households are raised in hate. They are raised to hate us. See, in a black household, we are not raised to hate white people, hate Mexican people. We are raised to integrate with y'all. We are raised to live and to grow alongside with y'all. But y'all are secretly raised to hate us. And the crazy part about it is y'all act like it's some conspiracy. When somebody like me, like Grown Man Business TV, that stands on grown man business, can hold a mirror to your face, you will look me right in the face and say, well, why it has to be about race? Because y'all always made it about race. Y'all was raised on racism. Ashley Gonzalez's father and her mother and her uncles raised her to hate black people, hate black women, to disrespect and look down on black women, all the while trying their hardest to whitewash the Mexican and become as white as possible. Y'all want to you was raised like this. Your mama taught you like this. Your daddy and your uncles taught you like this. And see, let me be honest with you. That's when I realized this, I never really had an interest in a dog fur anyway, but I learned this early in life. I was exposed to this a certain way that really tweaked my brain to where I would never date a Mexican. I would never date anything outside of a black woman. I don't want nothing that ain't nigga. That's why I talk like this on, because I know what's behind all of that. I know what's behind all of that. Even if, even if, even if her sister is dating a black man, her family hates you, homie. Her family hates you, and there is remnants of that in her. Even if she's willing and able to put it to the side and lay down with you, have sex with you, have babies with you, there is remnants of that hate in all of them. All of them. I wouldn't dare lay down with a Mexican. I ain't Charleston White. Yeah, I ain't Charleston White. I wouldn't dare have no babies with no motherfucker. You crazy? You got to be out your mind of everything. I would have an entanglement with any strand of dog fur available. I don't want no dog fur. I don't want it on me. And Ashley Gonzalez. Oh, that's a nasty strand of dog fur you got, man. Smell like a goddamn pinched chihuahua. They are raised this way. That's why it's so disgusting to see black kings fall of that. It's something. Let me give y'all some game, right? And I'm gonna go deep with this. I'm just gonna do it. There's an underline. It's something that tweaks in you when you see it. When you see a black man with the Mexicanos or the Latinos or the dog fur Caucasoid Neanderthal Caucasian from the Caucasus Mountains, and it get deep because it's something in our DNA that ignites when you see it. I'm gonna give y'all the real reason. I'm gonna give y'all some history, right? Tartarians, that Tartarian Empire that was all over the Americans, the copper-colored indigenous of the Americans we went to war with the Moors for that exact reason. When they ask you, if you guys were kings, how did they come in and how did they take over and how did they take over your empire? The way they took over our empire is because the Moors started having babies with the cave women, with the dog fur. Those black Moors started having babies with the cave women, and the Tartarians were saying, what are y'all doing? Those are cave women. Why are you having babies with them? And because they was mingling with those cave women, we went to war with each other. The Tartarian brothers, we went to war with each other over that. Over that very thing. The Moors cleaned up these dog fur Caucasoid cave people. and started fucking them and having babies with them. Cleaned up their brothers, cleaned up their uncles, and showed them how to be civilized. And we went to war with them behind that. And in the middle of us going to war with our brothers, they saw the opportunity to take over, and they did that. It's the same thing with an Ashley Gonzalez. Oh, she's a none of them. None of them, bro. They all have an underlying disdain and an underlying hate for the copper-colored indigenous Americans, for the black man, for black people. I'm gonna tell y'all the story, right? And y'all already know how I do, right? Y'all already know how I give it up. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all when I was first exposed. The first time I was exposed to the racism in their cultures, because in Virginia, right? It ain't like New York City. We didn't grow up around a lot of Mexicans. We didn't grow up in the same close quarters with a lot of Latinos and a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Spaniards and all of that. In Virginia, it was nothing like New York. It wasn't a melting pot where I'm from. You understand? So, I never knew the intricate details of Latinos and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and all these different people that secretly hate us, right? So when I started making my trips to New York City, one of my homies from Brooklyn who I met in Virginia, I'm gonna call him Beatty, you know what I'm saying, the homie Beatty, right? He was bringing me back to New York, and I was doing my thing. I was getting my money. I was having an amazing time in New York City. And salute to my East New York niggas, right? But one of them is my homie Swizzy. I met my homie Swizzy, East New York, full-blown Puerto Rican. My homie Swizzy and his sisters, they were cool with Beatty. They welcomed me in with open arms. When I would come to New York City, I would go to Swizzy house, right? Now, this one particular time I was at Swizzy house, and I hear the door open up. We all in the living room. I hear the door open up. It's his grandparents. I'm from the South. Southern hospitality. We respect our elders, right? So she come in, they talking, they speaking, you right? And I'm getting ready to make my way to introduce myself and say how you doing, and what I'm saying, real respectful to the elders. And his grandma said, "You have a negra in my house. Negra. Call me, said, call negra." And I was like, oh shit. And Swizzy, his sisters, no, Wella. No, Wella, you don't say that, Wella. Wella, you don't say that. That's when I learned what the name Wella meant. Wella mean grandmama. But she called me a negra and was mad at them for having me in the house. And mind you, right? Mind you, I'm younger. I'm hustling. I'm in the streets and all that. So I was able to play it off. It was like, yo, my grandma, she's from the old school. And, but I didn't know that's how it was. I'm from Virginia. I didn't know Puerto Ricans and they was racist towards black people. I didn't know that. But I learned that, yeah, I fucked around and found out today. Yeah, I didn't know that. Now, mind you, my homie Beatty, he's black, but he's light skinned. He's real fair skinned. He's light skinned. She thought Beatty was Puerto Rican. Beatty black than a motherfucker. Beatty is black. But she accepted Beatty because she thought he was Puerto Rican or something. Whole time, this nigga just like me. But I'm darker. I ain't no black. I ain't no me negra. No negra in my house. And I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit changed my mind. It really tweaked something. But I played it off. No problem. We end up leaving, right? Fast forward to like last year. I saw on Facebook that she passed away. My homie Swizzy was posting it. His sisters, their Wella had passed away. And I couldn't even get myself to type RIP. all over Facebook. They was posting it. I saw his sisters. I saw his family. I saw him. They was they had to bury their grandmother. And all I could think about is when the first time she met me, she called me a nigga right in my face. So I couldn't post RIP. I just stayed away from it. I didn't say nothing. My point is, there's always been an underlying hate. There's this is not surprising. This is not something that's to surprise you. We all know it's there. The fact of the matter is, we are in a time and place where we are not going to allow y'all to hide behind your one black friend, to hide behind a Ku Klux Klan hood, to hide behind all the word semantics. Oh, why do you have to be a racist? Why is it racism where there's no such thing? We love black people. No, you don't. You love what you can get from black people. You love what you can monetize and how you can capitalize off black people. You love our style, son. You love my style. You hate the fact that it's my style. You wish you could take my style and leave me. Y'all wish y'all could take everything y'all want from black people and then leave black people somewhere like we never existed. So Ashley Gonzalez, she's one of millions of new age Mexicanos that want to rap, they want to say nigga, they want to have this swag, they want to talk like us, they want the mannerisms, right? But they don't want us. Salute to my salute to my homie Swizzy, man. He's in East New York, telling you I'm good in East New York, solidified in Brooklyn, and they'll tell you I ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? RP to his people and all that. But I couldn't get myself to even type RIP. I never forgot that. They don't know what that did to me. I never exposed what that did to me mentally. I never exposed where that took me mentally. When I found out that, because again, in Virginia, we didn't live, it was always a couple of Puerto Ricans around, and it might have been a couple of this and a couple of that, but we didn't live in close quarters, like where I knew what y'all, like what's going on in your households and all that. You know what I'm saying? We might have went to school together, but I didn't spend the night at y'all house. Y'all didn't spend the night at my house. Yeah, I didn't spend the night at Puerto Rican people house. I didn't spend the night. I didn't hang out and eat with Mexicans in Virginia. All right. Now let's go into another angle with this. Right. Matter of fact, let's go into a receipt. Let's let the local news. Let's let the local news talk about this. Let's let the local news kind of give y'all a full breakdown on what this young lady did and what she was saying, and what's the consequences to her actions as far as what she did. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. It is no, we are not racist towards y'all. If y'all notice, it's Chinese restaurants in the neighborhood. We hang out with y'all. We allowed y'all into hip hop. We allowed Fat Joe and other races, Puerto Ricans, to rap and provide for your families. We never closed doors to y'all. Never. But it's always been that way to us. Behind closed doors, the Africans is telling them, don't hang out with the black people. Don't hang out. Behind closed doors, the Haitians is telling their kids, don't hang out. Don't do that. Everybody tries to look down on black people behind closed doors, and that's a fact. The problem is when we say it, y'all don't like to hear it. Y'all would rather us act like there is no racism. Y'all would rather us act like everything is cool. And then when y'all go and y'all sit and y'all eat y'all Goya, yeah, your quesadillas and your tortillas and yeah, your tequila. And it's never all. Always get it, always understand that for a lot of you newcomers, it's never all Mexicans, it's never all Puerto Ricans, it's never all anything. There are always exceptions to the rules. So if you are an exception to the rule, salute to you. If you are a Mexican or a Puerto Rican or any other race or any other nationality of people that really rock with us, salute to you. But majority of y'all really don't, and we're gonna get deeper into that. Let's let this young lady talk, and then we're gonna get deeper into that. I'm gonna take it all the way down to the gang culture. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this. This young lady is just one of millions. She's just one that put it out there. Nobody exposed her. She exposed herself. I gotta salute her for that. At least she came to the point where she had to be real about it. Go ahead and talk to the people, man. Look,
The Houston police officer under investigation after a video circulating online appears to show her going on a racist rant while off duty. The police department confirmed Officer Ashley Gonzalez has been relieved of duty. A warning: the video is disturbing, and we are only sharing a small portion of it. Here's Megan Reyna with the rest of the story.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I hate.
This is video of what police say appears to be their officer, Ashley Gonzalez, going on a racist rant. The Instagram post was clipped and shared by community activist Dr. Candace Matthews Monday night. The officer is heard saying a racial slur at least 25 times. Since the post has gone viral, Gonzalez has been relieved of duty. Also from Houston, Ashley Gonzalez. Sources with Houston police tell us Gonzalez graduated from the academy in January of 2024, and in the social media video references being in the Marines.
I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps.
The president of the Houston chapter of the NAACP, Bishop James Dixon, says he was shocked when he saw the video.
That's a sick mindset, and it's violence waiting to happen.
According to the Houston Police Department's general order, officers must comply with the code of ethics that mentions acting without prejudices. And they have a social media policy that prohibits them from posting anything that would harm the reputation of the department or city.
Let's start a dialogue and let's re-engage officers as to how we see people in this very diverse community that we live in.
The HPOU president, Douglas Griffith, said in a statement, quote, "In no way does the HPOU or its leadership condone or tolerate racist behavior from any of our officers," end quote. District 8 Councilwoman Amy Peck, who oversees the Public Safety Committee, says she understands the concerns over how this officer may have acted while off duty.
We have many safety measures in place to make sure that if something like this happens, that they will be held accountable, and we can go back and look at all of these cases.
And that was Megan Reyna reporting for us. Now to a Houston.
all right. So, she's been relieved of her duties, as she should. As she should. But we need to go deeper. We need to flush out the whole department. We need to reevaluate every police officer. Every police officer. We need to comb through your social media. We need to have access to your cell phone. We need to see what you're talking about behind closed doors. We need all the passwords. We need that. If you're a police officer, everybody's on leave until we get all the passwords. And again, I salute to all the newcomers and all the new subscribers. But you got that 100 Nia. You got that 100% correct. All we got to do is talk about it, and we become the problem. All we got to do is acknowledge that it is a thing. It is a real thing. All we got to do is say it out loud, and instead of addressing the truth in the racism that's being taught in these homes, instead of addressing that, they'll address us. They'll play victim. They'll say, "Oh, why are you talking like that? That's not true. Those are lies." They'll put more effort into trying to get you to convince yourself that those are lies other than addressing the truth. And that's one reason why I love having this platform. I love the direction we are going in, and I'm gonna always keep it organic, pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles, and I'm always gonna keep it organic. We're gonna grow this platform organically. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's few far in between where you got grown men, a grown ass man, bro, nothing more, nothing less, full baritone, no saucy Santana activity, that's going to tell you what it is, say what he mean and mean what he say, and stand on business behind our people. This is just the beginning. Talking, verbalizing, the frequency, put it into the universe. That's the first step. I stand on business when it comes to my people, and especially black women, bro. Yeah. The black women that respect themselves, they get respect from me. Everybody else is what it is. We don't respect no whores over here. Yeah, my generation, we wasn't raised to respect whores. So if you got that Jezebel activity or energy or spirit, you got to do your own thing. But black women, a real woman, I'm standing on that. I got one. I married one. And it's motherfuckers like this, right? I'm talking, but listen, man, I gotta be respectful on YouTube because I don't want them to play with the channel, right? But if you look at this girl, Ashley Gonzalez, come on, son, you can't, like, nah, shorty, with all that goddamn clown makeup, and the blush, you got blush all on your damn cheeks, your cheeks red, bitch. You smell like a soft taco. You built, yeah. Them Mexican bras don't be built like nothing like them bitches be shaped like a whole goddamn you shaped like, yeah, come on, man. Ain't no way. It ain't come on, shorty. Yo, them joints ain't even all that. Shaped like a goddamn, yeah, you shaped like a whole burrito. You shaped like a goddamn burrito from Chipotle. You know, when you take that burrito out that aluminum foil, that's how this Mexican girl is shaped. That's how she's built. But they have the nerve, right, to talk about a black woman or black people. This Mexican dog fur is shedding as we speak. That dog fur is shedding. Every time she brushed that dog fur, it's coming out. Her whole car, the car she made this video in, it's a whole wig full of dog fur. If you was to search through that car, dog fur all on the seat, dog fur all on the floor, dog fur all on the goddamn dashboard, dog fur all in the trunk. But I had a nerve to talk about black women and black people and really believe, nah, I'm just the one that's gonna tell you delusional, sweetheart. You're shaped like a goddamn Chipotle baked potato. Yeah. A loaded baked potato at that. Yeah, you're shaped. Yeah, it's built like a loaded baked potato, ma'am. Ashley Gonzalez. Yeah, you need to cut back on the burritos and the quesadillas and the goddamn tortillas. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you made it through the goddamn police academy. Carrying that motherfucking quesadilla around your goddamn waist. Built like the Michelin man. Yeah, you're built like the goddamn Michelin man. Tires all around your abdomen and all that. All right. I just had to get that out. I just had to put that out there. Put all the goddamn tires all around your abdomen. All right? Now, I just wanted to put that out there and say what I needed to say. Wisdom B, I see you in the chat. What it do, my G? We just talking about this, man. It's nasty work. These the same people that make black women feel like they don't They got big lips. They lips too big, and then they go get lip injections so they lips could be big. These the same people that tell black women they too dark or they too black. These the same people that go with the tans and get tan beds and put all kind of tan shit on. I'm too black, but you in the goddamn tanning booth. And I mean, it's deeper than just black people. I'm just speaking for my people because she was speaking to my people. But let's go a little bit deeper, right? They always talk about black unity. Oh, there's no black unity. Black people don't have unity. But y'all don't seem to have unity. You know how many Mexican people got this copper colored melanin? You know how many Mexican people look just like me? You know how many Dominicans look just like me? How many Latinos look just like me? But the colorism in your culture, you want to be white so bad that you literally, on purpose, try to wash out the Mexicano in you. Try to wash out the melanin in you. Let's have a conversation. Let's tap into one of the real reasons that Ashley Gonzalez is so hateful towards my people. Everybody, for the most part, looks at us and understands that we are who we are. Us being who we are is powerful in itself. Everybody else is trying to be white, if you believe it or not. Puerto Ricans, they do their best to breed the melanin out their skin. They do their best to get as close to whiteness as possible. Look at Fat Joe. Dominicans, the Dominicans that look like me, you never see them. You know why? Because they want to be white. Mexicanos that look like me, you never see them. You know why? Because they want to be white. And looking in the face of a Mexican that look like me reminds them that they come from me. It's a reason we are the original man. You know that, right? It's a reason why the black woman has the Eve gene. You know that, right? That's because all of you motherfuckers come from us. So every time one of those Dominicanos, you know what? What's the girl name? Let me find this goddamn joint. I just had it. I just had a thought. Every time they look in the face, all right, let me look at this. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, yeah, I'm not making this up. Every time they look at a dark-skinned Dominican or a dark-skinned Latino or a dark-skinned Mexican, it reminds them that their culture derives from us. That if they go back far enough in their ancestry, that their ancestors look like me. Hair, curly, all that good hair and all of that, just like me. So back when slavery was going on and runaway slaves made their way to Mexico those ancestors, those Mexican ancestors, saw those slaves as brothers, because the majority of those Mexicans had not been whitewashed yet. They was just as dark as me. They was just as dark as you. So when they saw them slaves, they welcomed them with open arms, and they was ready to go to war about that. But y'all done became so whitewashed, y'all done bleached y'all motherfucking skin. See, you gotta understand something. When you look at Jamaicans, when you look at Haitians, when you look at West Indians, what they doing over there? Bleaching their skin. We the only ones don't really move like that. We don't acknowledge it, but they do. They know. Let's let Josh, because you know what, again, when I tell y'all this, a lot of y'all get in my, yo man, where's the racism coming from? Why is the racism? That's why I come with the receipts. Let's listen to this receipt. Big salute to the chat. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna double back. Let's see what's going on.
I know a lot of Spanish people that don't like to be black. I'm a Spanish black woman, and I know a lot of Spanish people that they'll be darker than me, but oh, I'm not black. Yo no soy negro. Oh, yo no soy negro. Yo, negro. No, yo no soy negro. Negro. Yo no soy negro. Yo soy dominicano, yo soy puertorriqueño. Negro, yo. ¿Dónde tú ves negro aquí? So I understand who she is, just because growing up in PR or just being around different type of people that have the complexion, but that are Spanish. They not like me. They don't say, "Oh, I'm a black Puerto Rican woman because my skin is black and I'm Puerto Rican." Uh uh Growing up, any Spanish person that's in this room know all too well, when you growing up and you Spanish, you are not black, even if you are black. That's just what it is. And she gives me that same vibe. I know a lot of Spanish people that don't like to be black. I'm a Spanish black woman, and I know a lot of Spanish people that they'll be darker than me, but oh, I'm not black. Yo no soy negro. Oh, yo no soy negro. Yo, negro. No, yo no soy negro. Negro. Yo. Yo no soy negro. Yo soy dominicano, yo soy puertorriqueño. Negro, yo. ¿Dónde tú ves negro aquí? So I understand who she is, just because growing up in PR or just being around different type of people that have the complexion, but that are Spanish. They not like me. They don't say, "Oh, I'm a black Puerto Rican woman because my skin is black and I'm Puerto Rican." Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Growing up, any Spanish person that's in this room know all too well, when you growing up and you Spanish, you are not black, even if you are black. That's just what it is. And she gives me that same vibe. I know a lot of Spanish people that don't like to be black.
She know a lot of Spanish people that don't like to be black. I know negro. I told you that lady, I told you that, yo, his wellock called me the negra in my house, a negra. I said, oh shit. The one thing I did know, out of all the Spanish that they said, I understood the negra. Yeah, that's the one thing that I did understand, the negra part. Yeah, I did understand that. Yeah. Never forgot it too. Bitch called me a nigga to my, looked me right in my eyes too. Shit was worse than the white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the South. I ain't never had no white man or nobody just look me in my goddamn eyes and call me a nigger out to my face. I ain't never had no shit. I'm from Virginia. Only to make my way to New York City and have a goddamn full-blown Puerto Rican call me a nigger like the shit was, like it was every day, like it wasn't nothing. Yeah, broke my heart on the inside. Nobody didn't know. Broke my goddamn heart. I thought we was brothers. Yeah, I did. Me and Swizzy and his sisters, and they was feeding me goddamn beans and rice and Goya and salsa chips and quesadillas and soft taco. Yeah, I was eating all kind of shit in the house, and I'm thinking we brothers. Old timer came in the house and called me a goddamn negra. Negra, you the goddamn negra? Oh shit. You know, in Spanish, you know, when Latino people don't want you to understand when you black, they instantly start talking that motherfucking guala guala shit. Yeah, they start talking with Spanish. When Latino people look at you and they know you're black, 9 times out of 10, you don't know the guala guala. Swizzy, his sisters, everybody got the talking guala shit to the wella. Wella, no, wella, unos tres, ranito, mala, wella, uno para cine, marito, maritas, garantas, orutos, pato de nina, para con la minga, la wella. That's what happened. And I understood two words, negra and wella. Wella mean grandmother. And negra, I mean, you know what that means. Broke my goddamn heart, bitch. I never talked about it. I'm telling my platform about it today. I never told Swizzy. I never told Beatty. Broke my goddamn heart. I went back to Virginia. I couldn't believe it, bitch. I couldn't believe it, man. So they don't. Just that in itself is preaching and teaching hate for blackness. As a kid, you grow up listening to all your people saying, me no blackie, me no black, now nigga, me nigga, Joe, me that Joe, no. That mean, well, maybe I don't need to be black then, because nobody want to be black. On top of all the side jokes and all the bullshit y'all do behind closed doors when y'all speak about black people. And then if I say something about it, right, it's a problem. And I saw in the chat, appreciate that 5-piece nugget. Confused nationality with ethnic. I get that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? When you know, yeah, people, they definitely could confuse the two, right? But let me say this. It's an innate, it's like mother nature, right? Like we have these politically correct terms for everything. Nationality, ethnicity, blah, blah, blah. But if you confuse the two or not, you know what I'm saying, it like bypasses all of that. It bypasses all of that. If they confuse it or not, they are still going to want to whitewash because of the brainwashing. These are the same people that feel like we are the only ones that were slaves. Oh, you guys were slaves for a reason. You guys were slaves. You're slave. You guys, they've been enslaved y'all mentally and physically. Yeah, y'all forgot about that fucking sugar cane they had your ass out there chopping. Yeah, everybody talk about cotton. Nobody talk about sugar cane. Who was down there chopping that goddamn sugar cane? Yeah. Oh man, you got to confuse the ethnicity. Man, you know exactly. It's an innate. You don't even got it. Don't got to be explained. That's a beautiful thing. I'm glad you said that. So I appreciate that 5-piece nugget. But one thing I like to bring to the forefront is how, and like white people do this a lot. They like to be politically correct. Well, did it say that or was it this? A lot of things are universal language. It bypasses that. I don't have to tell you it's wrong. You innately know it's wrong. I don't have to put it in law I could put it in law and tell you 17 is the legal age of consent for a girl. And you can say, "Oh, well, the law says that 17 is the legal age." But we all know it's wrong. The know that we have surpasses politically correct. Oh, people don't know the difference. Man, shit, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know the difference. You're innate. You know the difference. See, this shit is mother nature. This shit is gut feeling. This is the real. The downloads. The downloads surpass politically correct. You know what I mean? I seen in the chat somebody said Jocelyn Hernandez, she goes by white. They all do. Yo, you wouldn't believe how many Mexicans are under, they are considered white. They are under the senses of white. They identify as white. They put white, they check white off on the goddamn applications. This is just a random thought, right? But I guarantee you, if we were to really comb with a fine-tooth comb through the senses and really figure out who's identifying as white that's really not white, and who's this and who's that, white instantly becomes the minority. They're already the minority, but I'm talking about on paper, they would instantly become minorities, Caucasian people. Oh, there's 52% white. Yeah, I know, because 35% of these motherfuckers is really Latinos and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, right? That identify as white because they done whitewash their culture so motherfucking bad. They done got so close to the dog fur. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, they already, but I'm saying on paper though, on paper they still claim to be. You ever notice that? Let me tell you something. Ever since I can remember, we've been 13% of the population. Oh, black people are 13% of the population. We haven't gone up a percent. We haven't gone down a percent. We ain't went down to 11%. All the goddamn killing. We ain't went down to 11%. We ain't went up to 15% with all the new babies. He's 13%. You think they'll still buy it? Tell them that they're 13% of the nation. You think they'll still buy it? I think they'll. Black people are 13%. Oh, we've been saying this shit for 13. They've been saying this shit for 40 years. 13% of the nation. They're black. Yeah, right. All right. Big salute to the chat. When it comes to that young lady, man, I think she should be, I really think it need to be more. It need to be like some action, man. I don't know. I feel like some action need to be taken. Ashley Gonzalez, who is your mama, bitch? Who is your goddamn family? We need to figure out who your family members is. Where y'all live at? Huh? Where your house at? Where y'all frequent out there in Texas and Houston? Who you hang with? We need to somebody need to get on that. You know what I'm saying? I think it need to be way more consequences and repercussions for people like Ashley Gonzalez. Who is your little brother and all that? We need to put your family photos out so we can see your people and all that. Put their ass on Front Street. They start dropping letters and dropping all kind of, oh, we don't condone what Ash. She didn't learn that here. We don't know how that happened. Ashley has. Big salute to the chat. I'm gonna jump into some. I was gonna do a whole live stream on this, right? But I'm gonna jump into this real quick. And maybe I'll wait. Who knows? I might just wait. We'll see. I want to talk about something else. I think it's like 27. I'm gonna look. Scarlet letter. I'm gonna tell you, right? I done drove all over the United States, man, and Texas is a racist place, and it's way more from the Mexicans. Like I've never lived in Texas, but my interactions in Texas was way more hostile with Mexicans. Like pulling up in truck stops and what I'm saying, you pull up somewhere, you want to go get something to eat, you might park the truck here, go over there, do this, do that. I'm not saying it's no racist white people, but I'm saying like anytime I was somewhere where it was mad Mexicans, that shit was very tense, very, very thick. The air was thick. And see, I got a homie, actually, the homie Beatty that I gave y'all that story that brought me to New York when I was doing my thing going back and forth. He lives in Texas. He lives in Fort Worth now. Brooklyn nigga. He done moved. You know how New Yorkers do. They talk all that shit about New York City, and then they end up down south somewhere with a nice house and a family. My nigga Beatty is in DFW. I think it's Fort Worth, right? And I'm sure he don't have no problem with Mexicans because he real light skinned. You know, that nigga Beatty light skinned. He got his daddy might be like Panamanian or some shit. New York niggas, the majority of black people in New York ain't black. Them niggas is like West Indian, Panamanian, the motherfucker from Panama, daddy, the motherfucker Haitian, African. You know, these motherfucker. The most of the shit in New York ain't even black on black. Black people have to stop. That nigga wasn't black. That nigga was a Panamanian and a goddamn Dominican. Those is who just killed each other. The little boy in the park was a goddamn. He was a Haitian. Yeah, yeah. The boy who shot him was from West Indian. He was a Jamaican. Oh, black on black crime. They just call all you niggas black for convenience. But so Beatty to me is his mama black. But I think his daddy got curly hair. That nigga daddy is like Panamanian or some shit like that. Beatty probably in Texas having a good old grand time. But see me, I'm all nigga. See? Oh yeah. Listen to me, baby. I'm all nigga. I'm built all nigga. You understand me? So I never got the chance to I never got the leniency. I never got the leniency that my boy Beatty got. Never. It ain't a motherfucker ever looked at me and thought, oh, that guy's he's a Haitian. Oh, I think that guy GMB TV is a Jamaican. He's good. It always been nigga. Oh, that's a nigga. Yeah. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel that I'm all nigga. Ain't nothing exotic. Yeah. I don't want none of that shit. So if I go to Texas, my little bit of time in Texas, bruh. And what's the boy name we got out there in Texas? The Mexican OG. He rapping, spitting or something, goddamn. He rapping and tapping, spitting and skitting. Big ass Mexican boy with a mullet. And we just let his ass. That's probably his cousin right there. Ashley Gonzalez is probably related to Mexican OG. Somebody do the goddamn due diligence on that. Let me know. Yeah, I instantly thought I said, don't she look like that Mexican boy out there in Texas? What's his name? OT? OG? Rapping goddamn Mexicans. All the way out there in goddamn California. You got rapping Mexicans. You got lefty gunplay. Goddamn Mexican. Lefty gunplay told the people, he told the world, I wouldn't let my daughter date no niggas. Yeah, if I wouldn't let my daughter date a black person, I'm not with it. And then got his Mexican ass on the Kendrick Lamar song and won a Grammy. And look, we let him do it. We let him do it. That lady is either related to Lefty Gunplay or Mexican OT, and I'm gonna put my money on Mexican OT. They look like they both got that pudgy look around them. Like they both, I think she related to Mexican OG. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no situation. We not bashing nobody. We just gonna tell the truth. And I wanted to put that out there. You think Mexican you think you think Mexican OG or OT? You think he ain't got a Ashley Gonzalez in his family? You think Mexican OT ain't got a woman in his family that talk like Ashley Gonzalez? An uncle, a auntie, a grandmother, a abuela. Just because Mexican OT, that's why I keep telling y'all, just because one of these, oh yeah, man, I hang out with black people. He the only one in his family that hang out with you niggas. She the only one in her family that'll lay down and let you smash. She the only one. Big salute to the chat. I got a couple more live streams, man. We gonna go live tonight And we're gonna talk about what's the boy name. Let me just make sure I got his name correct, because I'm gonna put you young. I wanna get directly at you young niggas, and you rappers and shit like that. I want to directly talk to y'all, which we gonna do that. Let me just see if I can find it. I don't even know if I still have this receipt pulled up. Oh, yeah, we do. All right. Nino Calvin. We're gonna talk to you tonight, and we're gonna use you, Nino Calvin, to segue into the real grand topic of things. Nino Calvin, we're gonna talk to you tonight, brother. And I've been saying this. I've been having this conversation, but tonight we're gonna talk about Nino Brown. Nino Calvin, right? And that's just one angle. And then I got another live stream where I want to just talk about um the state of America, man, and Caucasian people, man. They having a real issue right now as far as trying to survive, as far as making ends meet. And we're gonna talk about that. We probably go live later today. I got physical therapy, so I might go live when I get back from physical therapy, and then we'll go live again at the end of the night. In regards to the young boy Nino Calvin. Nino Calvin, man, we gonna get into this tonight. We gonna talk about it. Big salute to the chat. What time? I go to physical therapy at 6. So I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready in a few minutes to shoot out there. I probably end up going live at around, let's say, 8:30, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. We gonna go live real quick, just about just the state of America. I want to address that. Because there's a lot of people in my DM asking about that. And again, we was told to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to address this. I was going to mix it in with this one, but I want to make it its own entity. So we're going to do that around 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll go live for 1 hour on this topic, and then we'll double back maybe 12, 1 in the morning for the Nino Calvin situation. That'll be a late night live stream. Big salute to the chat. What it do? See where we at. Yeah, Ashley, man, nasty work. Nasty work. But I'm not surprised, man. This is normal. It's been like this for a long time. I'm gonna close with this, right? I'm gonna close with this. Why do y'all think the Bloods were created in New York City? You understand what I'm saying? We all saw that the Bloods formulated in New York City, and a lot of people felt like, yo, the Bloods, they wanted to be like California and X, Y, and Z, and that might be true. But a lot of people don't talk about the fact that the Bloods formulated in New York City on Rikers Island because the Latin Kings were violating black people on Rikers Island. They were cutting, they were killing, they were maiming black men. They wasn't unified with niggas. They wasn't locked in with niggas. They wasn't being friends with niggas. They was killing black men. They was killing black men on Rikers Island. So crazy that black men formulated the blood gang and they to protect themselves. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that Puerto Ricans were violating black men so bad that the only thing they could think to do was formulate a gang to protect themselves. And a race war was going down. Latinos against black men. The Latinos wasn't going against the Aryan nation. They wasn't going against the dirty white boys. They wasn't going against the biker gangs. We're going to talk about that tonight. That's where we're going to elaborate on that when I talk about Nino Calvin. So this thing, it always been a thing. Like when you hear Fat Joe and all these people in New York, yo, we grew up with them. We lived in the same projects. But soon as your ass get to Rikers Island, they cutting your face open. You getting $1.50. You can't live. Because it was never love. It was always hate. Nobody really elaborates on that. Nobody really shines light on the real reason that the Bloods even made its way to New York City. It was that bad, my G. Do your due diligence, do your research. It was that bad that black men had to formulate a gang to protect themselves, not from the white boys, not from the police, not from the dog fur, but Latinos, Puerto Ricans. Boricua, oh, Anacita, oh. And as soon as they got a chance to rap and get some money with us and capitalize off our culture and monetize off our culture, now all of a sudden you got a reggaeton. You got Fat Joe. You got Noriega. You got all these, you got now all of a sudden it's all good. Now all of a sudden everybody now it's black and brown unity when y'all see a way out the projects, when y'all see a way out of poverty through black culture, now it's all good. Oh, 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 Boricua, Borera, Dominicano, Armeniano, Boricua, Borera, Dominicano, Dominiano. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, now it's all good and all that. You got your here, you motherfucker popping and popping, you're reggae tonging, you're rapping and tapping, you're spitting and skitting, and now it's all good. But on Rikers Island, it wasn't all good. On Rikers Island, it was a $150 to the face and all that. Now all of a sudden it's Boricua, Bodega, Dominicano, Armeniano. Yeah, fuck out of here, nigga. Yeah, fuck out of here. Yeah, I could talk like I'm from New York City. I could talk like an Italian. Fuck out of here. You fucking moolies. You little moolies out of here. You like that? You like I did that? Yeah, you know I got it. I can do it all, baby. I do it all. You fucking moolies out of here. Get out of here. You want another? You want to go through the? Go get a cannoli. You want a cannoli? All right, I'm done, man. I'm done. You know what I mean? Big salute to the chat. We gonna elaborate on that tonight. All right, Nino Calvin. That's gonna take me into those things because it's not just New York City. We're gonna apply that to the West Coast. It's a lot of that going on in the West Coast. I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, the real opposition is outside. Everybody is our opposition. Everybody got, and they don't put these motherfucking smiles on. They don't put these masks on, and we just open arms. We got open borders like the United States of America. We just let everybody get in. Fuck it, everybody cross the border. Come on in. You want to be in the Crip gang? It's a black gang. Come on in. You want to be down with the Bloods? Come on in. You want to be a rapper and make millions of dollars off our culture? Come on in. Big salute to the chat. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Chrome Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now listen. You can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan, and you do know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. Yeah. I suggest you tap into this grown man Benny. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoating nothing. We not dressing nothing up. Giving you that pure dope. Straight off the brick into the bottles. No raw, listen, this, no fentanyl, no baking soda, no quinine. We ain't water whipping that dope and we ain't counter whipping that dope. It's straight off the brick directly into the bottles. You could like it or love it, but I'm gonna make you love it respectfully. Yeah. You could like it or you could love it, but I'm gonna make you love this. Yeah, that's all I want. I want you to love this. When you come over, I want you to love this. Broke my goddamn heart. Called me a nigger out to my face. Yeah. Ashley Gonzalez. Tu cuantocito, bananina, puto maricón. You could be a puto maricón. You and Ashley Gonzalez sea puto maricón. You Panty, but yeah, puto, yeah, the fucking puto maricón. That's how I feel about you, sweetheart. Yeah. I feel like you're shaped like a goddamn burrito, a loaded potato, straight from God, yeah, straight from Chipotle, loaded, bitch. The bitch loaded with guacamole, sour cream, shredded cheese. I ain't seen the Mexican girl that wasn't pudgy around the waist area. It ain't too many that ain't pudgy around the abdomen. They ain't got that motherfucking burrito wrapped around that abdomen area. Y'all got that soft taco look to you. And I want you to always know that. Don't you ever think you higher or almighty or superior to this. I wouldn't give a goddamn what black woman you looking at. You are inferior. You are inferior. That's why y'all try so hard. That's why y'all got so much hate, because black women ain't studying y'all. Black women ain't speaking about Mexican women. Black women ain't worried about, yeah, I'm from the South. I said studying. Yeah. Yeah, that's our old head. I ain't studying her. Black women ain't studying y'all. Black women don't talk about y'all. Black women don't acknowledge y'all. And I'm just here to say it out loud. I'm just here to be 100% straight with you. It ain't a Mexican woman we seen in the last 100 years that made not one black woman, not one Mexican woman made a black woman feel threatened in the last 100 years. We ain't seen one. Bitch, I wouldn't touch you. Yeah, you better, yeah, y'all get down with a Charlton White. Charlton White will hit you. Charlton White got a Mexican baby mama. That's about the only nigga I'ma see jumping here. I wouldn't dare touch your ass. I don't want you. Yeah, hell nah, bitch. All of y'all are inferior to this copper colored melanin, this indigenous. And I just want to say it out loud. I want to say it like I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah, bitch. I know why you're mad. I know why your ass was in that car doing all that cursing, all that disrespecting, talking loud and getting big all in your car by yourself. Yes, get out the car, go in the corner store, you're quiet. You're quiet than a church mouse. You won't even make eye contact with the right black women or black men. Your ass looking at the ground. So I know why you did that in your car. I know all about y'all. I know all about you. Yeah, you motherfuckers is inferior. You couldn't motherfucking shine a light on a highly melanated, highly educated, and highly opinionated black woman. You couldn't motherfucking stand in the shadow. You couldn't. Yeah, I feel better. All right. Salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You already know you can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan and you know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.